Okay. So, welcome everyone to A Beautiful Business. My name is Natalie Pelto, and I am here to give you guys just a quick overview of what it looks like to grow a doTERRA business, or to just kind of have an idea of what it takes to become an entrepreneur, and to just really maybe shift into a different financial situation for yourselves. Not just financially, but also just go into a very, very deep, purposeful work where you get to help other people in just this dramatic way. Now, one thing that I am going to start by saying is that my journey through doTERRA is interesting, and has always been it's exactly that, a journey. And I started in doTERRA a little differently than most. And when my son was almost diagnosed with autism, being from the healthcare world, I was very, very unsure of what were the best approaches naturally for him, because I knew that our healthcare system could not help us in this way. And I researched nutrition, and we were on this beautiful nutritional journey. Many changes were happening, and there was a time where doTERRA and I found each other. And doTERRA and we found each other at just the right time, as is how normally many things like that go. And I've heard another leader say this at another time, and I had to say that I felt really connected to that, is that doTERRA and I were kind of made for each other. Everything I've done in my life up to now in the health world, but with my own personal preferences and functional medicine, they kind of led us into this path where we kind of match. So when I was researching all of these beautiful therapies, I had a few friends try to just briefly tell me about essential oils, not approach me, not share an oil, but just kind of say, oh, I'm doing essential oils. You know, you like health, you must know about essential oils. And I was like, no, I don't. So I was really interested, and it piqued my curiosity. Now, I just wanted to make sure that you guys could hear sound, because I do have my headphones in. So what I wanted to really focus on today, though, was just to explain to you why doTERRA is different, why partnering with a company, an MLM company, is something in this day and age that is quite different than it was before, and why it's such a beautiful model that if more people knew about it, I'm sure we would have way more competition. So I'm going to start off by just briefly saying that in my case, when I finally did join doTERRA, just as a product user, I fell in love with the product because the supplements were, and also being a certified nutritional therapist, the supplements were beyond anything I had ever experienced before. And that's not even why I enrolled in doTERRA. I enrolled in doTERRA to grab an oil and put it on my son and hope that he could focus more. That was my goal with doTERRA. Never in my wildest dreams would I have expected to be here, but I know I am where I am supposed to be, and I'm following a path that I am meant to follow. So now, saying that, we're going to talk a little bit about essential oils and what they are, because some of you guys may not know what that is, and some of you guys are just more curious about the business model. But it's really, really key to have a passion for natural health if you're in this profession, especially when you're dealing in a company that is network marketing. And network marketing is a pretty amazing model, but you have to believe in the product that you are promoting, that you are using. You have to live the product. And if you have no idea of anything natural health or any interest in it, regardless, this is probably not the business for you. And I know that going into a business chat, this is not really usually where we start, but let me just be clear that essential oils are for people who are committed to helping the world one drop, one person, and one community at a time. And this resonated with me in dealing with my situation when we healed. We got to heal autism through nutritional practices, and we use the oils all the time just to help support the body as it transitioned and did all its stuff. But what was really important to me was to have other people never feel like that again. So I like to really plant the seed in people who listen to calls like this, especially if you are a woman and you have this passion for natural health, and you're just wondering what your next step is and how you can reach more people. Then doTERRA is a wonderful vehicle to help bring you to the dreams and to the place you want to be. And that's something that has happened to me, and I've seen my uplines just grow, and there is such a huge opportunity both to have an impact in the world health-wise, but also have an impact in our own lives, time freedom-wise, financially wise, and just do great work where we feel satisfied at what we do. We can't wait to get up and actually work. It's one of those things where it's like I have to take breaks from work, but I don't want to. And that is a true gift in where this company is going. And now we're going to talk a little bit about just some numbers really quickly before I share my slides. Actually, I'll share my slides right now, just really quickly here. There we go. Obviously not that one. Good, there it is. I just want to present. Oh, I don't want to share it. I want to present it. There we go. Okay, so I want to just talk about like the discovery of your dreams. And I totally lost my train of thought, of course. I'm sure it'll come back to me very, very soon. I get really excited when I get to talk to people about this business because of what it can do for them. And let's just start and dive in. So my name is Natalie Pelto, like I introduced myself. I've given you a little bit of my story and of why I chose to use the oils. And one of the things that truly inspired me to do this business was there came this time where my husband actually lost his job. And I'd been using the oils for a year. I'd actually avoided going to any kind of event that my upline was at. Sometimes because I was just concerned she would ask me about this business I knew nothing about. I didn't even have like a negative connotation towards network marketing. I just didn't know. And I just knew I was so busy with dealing with our illness that I didn't have the time to commit to even a conversation about a business. But then that huge impact happened and my husband was able to stay at home. And the idea of not having our lifestyle or having to give up our house maybe, or having to, figure something out, that was too much for me. And I felt the need and the benefit of having my husband at home. And so when I looked over doTERRA's silver rank leader, I thought, that's what my husband is bringing home every single month for me to use. And having been the main breadwinner for our family, I mean, that was like all I needed. And so I thought, okay, so he's got this like little severance, whatever. And so how much time do I have to get to this goal of silver? And I had a year. And I fell in love with the business model after really kind of looking at it and saw the actual opportunity around surpassing that and hitting gold and then hitting platinum and like thinking about, my mind actually kind of starting to dream bigger, to dream about being in those, 6-figure, 7-figure income streams. And all just from doing something I was already doing, which was sharing my passion of natural health. That's where I was made for doTERRA. I already had this like really focused need to share my story with others, so that other people, like when you look at statistically every other child being autistic by 2021, that used to be the rates. I think they've changed a little. We've actually started to see that link between toxicity and the microbiome and autism. So I'd like to think that those statistics are going down a little, but I felt like I had to be a light for others, because in a world where nobody had ever, that I knew, had ever even heard of someone healing autism. And here I now today have met many people who have. I think that to me was this drive that when doTERRA and I came to this business fruition, I was ready to run. And I grew very quickly. And in my first year, I did manage to hit my goal. I hit silver, and then actually I hit gold even before my goals were there. And I was super excited about that. I was super excited. And then now my husband is back at work, and that's his thing. Like, he likes to do that. So that is my story, and why I became so passionate about sharing this with other people. And at first it was just all about sharing the oils. It was about sharing the opportunity to heal your home and to have empowered health through preventative practices. Now that is shifting into a major shift into trying to educate women that there is so much more out there for them, that not only can they shift their healthcare, but they can also shift their financial situation and their time situation. So many mamas want to stay home with their children, and so many mothers want to have that opportunity of just being able to maybe gift their children, a really great birthday, maybe put them in sports. Maybe it's just actually just getting really good organic groceries. Whatever it is that's calling to you, maybe it's just having that doTERRA product paid for because it's so necessary in homes. Whatever the reason is, the opportunity is there. I'm not going to be showing this video. It is an amazing video. So if you do have the opportunity to watch it on doTERRA or on YouTube, the doTERRA opportunity really describes what our current model of corporate, and I come from corporate, hospital is considered corporate, and how that really compares to a doTERRA business and network marketing business. And to be honest, if more people knew about it, everybody would want it, because it's just such a unique way of work. So leadership is everything. So I'm going to tell you guys now a couple stats and a little bit of information around doTERRA. I want to keep this call hopefully under about 30 to 40 minutes. So that leadership is everything. There are 7 owners leading a debt-free billion-dollar global company that will always be privately owned, always fiscally responsible, and always focused on the world's best essential oils first. The fact that they have this is everything. The things that went on for them to have this private company, it was a lot of sacrifice, and it has been repaid in more than full, I'm sure, but it needs to be understood that when you have other hands on the pot, like stockbrokers and people who have impact or have fingers in the company, integrity can be lost, product can be altered, and purity and potency in our case could actually shift into another view if we had to meet crunched numbers. Now, doTERRA has been compared to Apple and Google in its first days of growth. It's at this it's been 10 years. They're already billion-dollar companies with the foreshadowing of us being just on this apex or on the base of this huge, rise of growth with the Prime Meridian companies or Prime Meridian health facilities that are being implemented everywhere in the United States. Like, this is a shift in health that we absolutely need to move forward. And I love being part of the front line of that. Like, I've been in frontline healthcare for 19 years, waiting for a shift like this to happen because of what I see every day. Okay, so now some of the really great things about how they accomplish a lot of what they do is they actually co-impact stores. And this is a huge gift because of the fair trade they use. Like, the integrity of this company is what you are aligning with. This is what really shone out to me is just not this farming practice of destroying our land more and constantly, uprooting. And it's just, I really loved that we impact not just on a community scale, which we do, but on a global scale. A lot of the oils we get are in third world countries. The impact doTERRA has there is huge. And I think that partnering with something like that is something that a lot of people really like. Like, that's a really big incentive to why you want to have this piece. You want to be this piece of change in the world, and you get to do that with doTERRA. So why network marketing? So word of mouth is actually the strongest and most powerful advertising. And the reason is that you will believe who you trust. And if someone that you know really well loves doTERRA's products. And then it's especially that person, right? It's the person who has all the health knowledge, the one who's the researcher. You know, if she loves doTERRA, that's a company worth trusting, right? That's what you believe. And that's the whole idea behind doTERRA, is that they believed that there was a need for pure and potent oils accessible to everyone, but not only that, with an education behind it, so that essential oils could become mainstream, so that our healthcare could shift into a better place. And I love, love, love that they chose this network marketing platform and profession, because otherwise essential oils on a shelf would never have had the same impact in my life. I would have never thought to go out. I would have had to, I had that seed planted from a friend who just, I had been reading mommy blogs, and I knew that she was using the oils, and I knew she was generally pretty health conscious. And I thought, okay, I'm going to look into doTERRA. I'm going to look into the other companies. And then it was to me a no-brainer. And that's why I jumped on board. Now, the thing with network marketing is that it works a little bit differently than a lot of other companies like corporate. The difference, and to me, this is kind of the key thing, is that in corporate, you have your pyramid, which to me, corporate is like a pyramid scheme. In corporate, you have the CEO and assistant CEO, and then you have all of your workers and your frontline workers. Now, and everyone knows their roles, and that's how you go to work. There is no expectation. There is generally not that much expectation in leadership so much, depending on what kind of corporate world you work in. Now, in network marketing, you actually have to become a leader in order to actually succeed in a way. And that's a good thing. It means that it brings out personal development skills inside of you. And in order to have that, it's just such a great gift to have the accessibility to tons of financial freedom that normally would have only been kept for the elite. Actors, actresses, basketball players, it's 0.00 something of the population that will have that access to that much money. Your average, and I don't want to say that we're average, because there is no one that's average. Everyone has their own gifts and strengths that make them very, very special. And that's the thing about network marketing, is that it actually works with anyone's strengths. So long as you know how to be you, you can rock this business. So long as you're okay to get uncomfortable and just kind of contact and I shouldn't say contact, but connect with others about something you love, that's all that it takes. I know many introverted people who do really well with this. Now, you are paid exactly what you're worth, which means the difference in network marketing than what people tend to assume is that pyramid thing. And network marketing nowadays, you are easily able to surpass people who are above you. You are able to, be a presidential diamond if the person above you is an elite, which is a lower rank. You work, you make what you put in, and it's just this beautiful feeling to know that if I want to work harder and I want to touch more lives, because I'd be doing it anyways, I'm going to get paid for it. So that's great. Now, the thing that's wonderful about network marketing as well is the residual income. When you have a consumable like doTERRA, which is a consumable, means people use it, right? I wouldn't know what to do without my oils. I order oils every single month. I order my supplements every single month, which means I will always be a customer. I would never use another product supplement wise right now anyways, or essential oil wise, because I love their products and I would be buying them anyways. And so that means that when you have a consumable like that, people are buying again and again because they see the value of what they have and what they're using. So small bits of consistent effort add up to massive growth over time. And I'm going to tell you, most people don't become presidential diamond in a year. I mean, I'm sure it probably has happened, but it's one of those things that you commit to because you know it's possible. And the growth that you get is actually pretty amazing. The opportunity is great. For me to hit gold in under a year, that was like me bringing home an extra $3,000 a month, not on top of my fast starts. That was just a lot of money that I couldn't have even imagined having before I actually had it. It actually kind of in some ways made me a little nervous to have that much money all of a sudden. And I think that that's something that we don't talk about enough, is that powerful thing, because money gives you choices, and money gives you freedom and time freedom, and it allows you to give back to the world. doTERRA has this beautiful program called Free to Give, and it's all about giving back to the world when you are debt free. Simplicity is everything, and that's the thing. Our product is simple. It's great to use. It's education focused. And 80% of these people that are enrolled in doTERRA, they just want the discount, and they are enrolled as not wellness advocates, but customers. And that's a beautiful thing because they just love it. Those people that are up-leveling their own healthcare, those are the foundation of your business, and that's a beautiful thing. There are 3 pathways to doTERRA. I'm just checking on my time here. Okay, we're getting close. So there are 3 pathways to doTERRA, to sharing doTERRA. There's the user in doTERRA, the share, and the builder. All of them have such important roles, but for time-wise, I'm going to keep this short. The user simply wants to use doTERRA for themselves and their families. This is 80% of your organization. And they want to have education. That's all you really provide for them normally, is education on how to use the oils. And doTERRA does all of that. They have all of the resources, the ebooks, the webinars, the videos. You have infinite amounts as a wellness advocate, as a doTERRA builder, that you can plug them into to make sure that they are using those products all the time. Sharers are the people who love the product and they share a little bit. They are kind of posting on Facebook probably. They're casually inviting their friends to classes, sometimes hosting classes. They're not interested in leading a team, but they love the product enough to share it. And this will make up a large part of your leadership organization too, and that's a good thing. We love sharers. So if that's where you are, that's a great thing. Make sure you talk to me, you talk to your upline. That's just a really great place to start to get your product paid for. And a builder is passionate about educating others and interested in leading and developing a team. And this is where you're generously compensated, is all of these things have direction from doTERRA. Never before have they had this, and this is kind of new, the live, share, and build. All of these guides will bring you through how to be successful. And that's just so amazing. Now, if you have an upline that is strong and is great with mentoring, that's even better. And so that's a great thing too, but they have everything you need. Now, I'm going to describe just doTERRA pays on 5 different levels. A lot of people don't know that, and I'm going to barrel through them. So if you don't understand them, that's totally okay. This is not something we get caught on at the beginning because it's this simple. You share the product, you help others use it, and then you teach others to share the product too. That's how easy it is, and then you get a check in the mail. So someone said that the other day, and it kind of was like, oh yeah, I guess it is really that easy. So the number one that people can purchase from you is they can actually purchase at retail, and you just get 25% of what they order. The second way that you can get paid is actually if you enroll someone. Let's just say that I enroll, my name is Lisa, and I enroll Megan, and she orders 132. I get 20% of everything that she orders for the next 60 days. And that's a really great way, because that's a way to get our product back, get ourselves ready for this business, grow our collection. The thing that's nice about the fast starts is just say that, I forgot her name now. Just say that Megan enrolled somebody else. Well, I would still get paid for that. She would get 20%, but then I would get 10 on their first 60 days. So that's the beauty of fast starts. It's a great way to continuously get income. So bringing people into the doTERRA lifestyle is really the key foundation. I don't particularly like to enjoy talking about retail because to me, if the oils aren't consistently in your home, then you can't change your life. And that's a view that I've had since I've had the oils. And I put myself on a monthly ordering system, like my monthly health box that I love to get. I did that all by myself. I didn't have to have someone convince me to do it. It just made sense to me. The next way that doTERRA pays is paid out power of 3. So that means that if you and all the people and the 3 people underneath you that you have now talked to about doing a business with you, or there are people who are ordering on a loyalty rewards, which means they're ordering for that monthly wellness box, they all put through 150 American dollars worth of stuff in their cart, which is really easy to do when you start replacing everything in your house. It actually ends up being cheaper, but anyway, that's a whole other story. If you all put through 150 PV order, which is American dollar order, it's a Canadian. I'm just telling you American dollar order to make it. It's probably about 190 for us, $200. You would get $50 bonus just for having 3 people just order for themselves the supplements and a few oils. That would get you there. The next one is if you actually teach them to do what you have done, and they have the same different three people on their front, all three of them, you will actually get $250. And then so forth. If they also do this, each of them with three people, you get $1,500 US. So this is all US. So that's a lot more than what we're used to here in Canada. $50 is actually like $65 Canadian. So it's all going towards product payment, right? Now, the fourth way is your unit level bonus, and this is paid out monthly. Now, don't get too caught up on what this looks like because I don't want you to. Just know that as you progress, doTERRA pays a little bit opposite of what other people pay, which is really cool. This is actually really beneficial. This is probably the best plan I've ever seen. What I love about it is that I want to show you what this looks like. This is how doTERRA's compensation plan differs. Normally, it's the opposite. The people on the closest people to you, your three people that are probably doing this business with you, would get a 7%. You would get paid 7% on their level. That's like the other companies right here. And so you would make $31. And as you can tell down here, you could see the difference. Because we're a product and customer-based company, and doTERRA has been generous enough to pay us reversed. It means that for that amount of people, let's just say both organizations or both companies had 21,000 people in them, and doTERRA pays 7%, you're looking at $32,000 a month. And if you're looking at this here, the other ones pay opposite. At 2%, that's only $12,000 a month. So a really big shift, right? So doTERRA's compensation plan, which is a unit-level compensation plan, is just phenomenal. It truly allows you to have that financial freedom. So at the beginning, you focus on creating your product through fast charts and bringing people into your communities and educating them. And that's how easy it is. You're just sharing the product and then getting a check in the mail. It's really, really fun. Now there are different ranks to hit in doTERRA's business model. At the beginning, we don't focus too much on that, but just to give you a look at what that looks like is just to give you the reason I want to show it to you is, the average monthly earnings for a manager, which is someone who is doing 500 overall volume. So just like a couple people in their organization, they're actually earning about $50 a month. If you look at a director, they're actually getting about $1,000 of overall volume. They might have about 20 people, maybe 10 to 20 people in their organization, and they're actually getting $75 a month. And you can see where this is actually getting a little bit bigger and bigger. Once you get to elite, which is the foundation of most of our other ranks, once you hit elite and you have 3,000 overall volume, you actually make $300+ a month. And that's actually a beautiful way to both pay your product back, and on top of it, you have a little bit of extra spending money. And as you get into our leadership ranks, you are looking at, I believe that the new average monthly earnings is not $600 for Premier now. I believe it's like $900 or something like that. And then our silver, which is what I was looking for, here it says $1,300. But I mean, it gets higher than that. It's just going up and up and up. So this is what it actually looks like. So this is the Thrive Life team. This is actually my upline slide. So their silver organizations make an average of $26 a month. Gold organizations make $57,000 a month, a year. Sorry, please take that back. Whoop, I was making some pretty big promises there. But as you can see, some of these ranks are actually really, really easy to supplement, which is super awesome. So silver is a wonderful supplemental income. So if you're working, like, you can build to a silver organization over a few years, and that's quite a bit of money to have extra. It's a vehicle, you know what I mean, in a year. It's whatever it is you can imagine doing. It's a couple trips. It's putting your kids through school. Whatever thing you need, it's achievable. And then we get into the higher, once you hit platinum and diamond, you're looking at more starting to think as a main income. And then blue diamond and presidential, it's not as unfeasible as you think. Our Thrive Life organization is actually Susan Bursick, and she is a blue diamond. And I mean, she's just a few people above me, and she's a lovely lady, just a real down-to-earth person. Like, that's what this is about. It's about everyone having the opportunity to grow these beautiful businesses and to have whichever income level they are looking for. Okay, empowered success looks like having access to tools doTERRA provides all those tools. They are accessible to the public. They are accessible to you. They will launch to whichever area you want. You have guided, very good guided support. And I think I pretty much talked about all of these. So I'm gonna skip forward a little bit to what that looks like. I'm gonna skip forward to, just so you guys, we did, I'm gonna spend all this time on here. But the next steps are really, really important. So you have to choose your level of interest when you're looking at creating a new type of income stream. You have to choose and commit to what you want. At the end of the day, it's about your support, your dreams, your journey. As a upline leader for many, it's not about how fast I want you to run. It's about where you want to go. What is your step? So if you think back to those 3 beautiful options that I told you, which ones are the ones that are that are calling your name more? Is it to just use your product? Maybe this was not for you. Maybe you're not as interested in natural health just yet. Maybe you're just a little unsure. If you're a sharer, my goodness, if you're thinking about sharing, jump right in, get a hold of your upline. They will teach your first class. They can teach you how to have the best coffee dates, wine dates, whatever. But if that third one, the building a doTERRA business, really called to you, this is where the magic happens. This is where residual income happens. And this is where your life gets to change, and you get to have a shift in your finances and also impact the world in a positive way. So I love this. Get out there and love on people with your oils. Partner with your mentors so they can guide you as your customer base grows. Now, one thing I wanted to just share that I love about what they've written on one of the backs of I think the launch guide or the share guide. It's just really shows what it is all about. And it's all about, we love our oils, we use our oils, we share the oils, and then we teach others to do the same. And that's really what we're doing. So with this business opportunity, it's just one more great thing. So my fave kits to start a biz with. So I want to talk briefly, and I've put these 2. I forgot to put the prices on today, so I'm going to try to remember them. This is the diamond kit. This is almost all of doTERRA's products. The reason that this kit is so phenomenal is that it's like $1,000 off. I believe it's about $2,500 US, so it's pretty expensive Canadian. Is it worth it if it's $1,000 off US? Yeah, it's really worth it. It will expedite your business to a whole other level. It's like it's going to give you access to everything. It's this thing that when you get to start in a company with this, and if you really think about how many other companies do you get to start with, just such a small startup. Most companies you're paying about $250,000 to start up a company, and after a couple of years you usually aren't making that much still. With doTERRA, it's like kind of different. You get to start up with a lower cost and you get to make lots more faster, but the faster you will always expedite your growth by how much you know about your product. And having access to almost everything will be that basic foundation for you. Now, another great kit to start with is the Every Oils kit. This is an essential oil company. It is based on essential oils, even though their #1 product is a supplement. But having access to all the oils, this is amazing. I've sold a couple of these in Canada just recently. And the Every Oils kit is $1,900 Canadian. So it's not as, you're not looking at that same big price difference. So it is a little over $2,000, but in Canadian. And so you do get a lot. I think it's $800 in savings. You are also expedited into, when you hop into the loyalty rewards to get your next order, which I suggest be the supplements, and maybe a couple of extra things that you need to, some of the supplements, you would actually get $200 credit. So you'll have $200 to spend on whatever you want. That's basically the credits are worth dollar for dollar US. So that's wonderful. So you get to even grow some more of your collection that way. Those are my 2 favorite kits to start with. Now, if you're a little bit more on a budget, to be perfectly honest, there's the oil sharing kit as well. That's a great kit to start off with. It's $980. So it's a little bit less pricey. What's lovely about it though is that you have the most popular oils so that you can sample really well at first. So they realized there was a need for that for people who wanted to just really start the business that way. So that's a great kit if you want to share, and then you can just sample away and start, sharing your oils with people and getting people on board. Now, if you are a little bit on a budget, this is a really great kit to start with as well. This is probably for me, I'm going to show you one more kit after, but I can tell you that it's not going to have the same impact as this kit or higher. And again, because you are not going to have that same accessibility and experience with your product. So I think that that's super, super key to understand, is that you need to have some of the products, the basics at least, to get started in this journey. So the Natural Solutions Kit is a really lovely kit to start with as well, probably one of the more popular kits to start with, because it has the supplements, it has many of the top 10 oils, it's got some of their shampoo, it's got a little bit of everything that doTERRA has to offer and some of the best things. And then there's the Home Essentials Kit. Now the Home Essentials Kit is, to me, the lowest budget kit. With this kit, it will take you a little bit longer to grow your collection. To me, it took me like years to grow my collection. And it did kind of slow down my growth probably just for that. But it's also a great kit to start. So if you're someone who's like really needing to save money, or you're just really, you really want to do this and you need to get started somehow, then you can do it with these oils. All you need are the top 10 and a diffuser. That's all you need to teach your first class. You can easily just kind of get started this way, get going on the fast starts, and build your collection a lot faster that way. So your business can literally begin the moment you start using your essential oils and sharing the experiences that you have with others. Even if you've never used essential oils, if you're passionate about natural health, if you're passionate about just really becoming empowered and teaching others how to become empowered, like if you're like the research queen, you can start with this kit easily and just grow from there, because this is definitely probably the next step in your journey as a vehicle to shift our world. So if you do have some interest, I'd love to connect more so in person. This business is all about relationship building, whether we build relationships with our customers, but really building a family of people that are like-minded is probably one of the biggest gifts you get out of it. There's not too many professions where you get to choose your work people. I specifically know the kind of people that I do want to work with. They are very much so like me, that they've had issues that they've had to deal with. They've had success stories. They know a lot about natural health, or have an interest and a passion for it. Whether they don't have to know it all, you know more than you know, trust me. But they actually have this passion with trying to heal our world. They're the healers of the world. Those people are my people. And if that's you, for sure, just make sure to get a hold of me. There's my cell phone. There you can follow me on Instagram. Just message me at emdhealers@gmail.com. And yeah, we'll definitely have this conversation a little bit longer. So you guys have a great day. Bye now.